Hey, it's Charleen from the Home I Drink podcast. I want to tell you about a brand new podcast I'm listening to and even actually appeared as a guest on. It's the world's only podcast dedicated to shifting. If you don't know what shifting is, it's basically what you would think as kissing. I would say if you're meeting someone, or I would have said when I was younger, like, do you want to meet him? Do you want to meet her? Whatever. That's what I would say. But in this case, it is shifting. So it means the same thing. Shifting, meeting, scoring, whatever you want to call it. The podcast is presented by shifting experts, Graham and Nathan. They sit down with a well-known guest to chat about growing up, first love, first kisses, and teenage discos. And it's a nice little trip down memory lane. I even found when I was on it, I was just like unlocking new memories that I forgot I had. So guests on the podcast, apart from me, are Marty Guilfoyle, Greg O'Shea, Justine Stafford, Fanula Jones, and James Cabinet. We think you'll love this podcast, and here's a trailer for Will You Shift My Friend.
Will you shift? Will you shift, my friend? Will you shift? Will you shift, my friend? Will you shift? Will you shift, my friend? Will you shift? Will you shift, my friend?
Hey, we're Graham and Nathan, and this is Will You Shift My Friend?
We chat to well-known personalities all about the art of shifting.
From their first shift to teenage discos to current relationships, we cover it all.
Right, let's chat to a new friend all about shifting.
So as you've heard there, we've only gone and launched, I think, the world's first podcast about shifting.
Now, do we know that is a fact, or are we making that up?
I'm sure there's episodes about shifting and whatever the other terms are around the world about shifting with your tongue or kissing with your tongue as a teenager. But we thought the time was right to release an Irish version, and I'm going to say it's the world's first version.
So this is a trailer right now. This is very important. This is what's playing to kind of bring in a big audience. Are you thinking sound effects, the bells and whistles going to be thrown at this?
I like the way you're saying to me, do you think, because I'm the one who will actually have to end up doing it.
Well, what do you think?
I think let's just keep it. Let's just keep this nice and simple for now.
Well, sell it to me. What's going to be happening on this podcast?
We're going to be talking to huge personalities.
Yeah.
Just about shifting. We're going to be talking about 6th-year holidays. We're going to be talking about breakups. We're going to be talking about current relationships. We're going to be talking about online dating. We're going to be talking about the most embarrassing stories when you went to shift someone that you thought was the love of your life. We have it all sorted because myself and Nathan realised we love just talking about relationships and shifting. I had my first shift beside a bottle bank when I was 14. Nathan, you, of course.
Look, we don't need to bring up when I first shifted someone.
Well, we'll find out during the series. Look, I'll let you in a little secret because you went to the effort listening to the trailer. Nathan was 18.
All right.
He was 18.
Okay, I really didn't want that to get out.
So the problem is about this podcast is we can't seem like we're experts because you were a full-grown adult.
Yes,
by the time you had your first shift.
I was, and the lucky lady had a tongue piercing and she was a smoker. We still don't fully know the location where it took place.
Yeah, we know it was a place called McGowan's, but actually recently saw there's a McGowan's in Harold's Cross as well, which I always thought it was either Phibsborough or Dalkey or
I think it was Phibsborough. That's the one I went to.
It definitely wasn't
I'm
Phibsborough.
telling you.
It wasn't Phibsborough. So, do you know what? There's a little treat for you. Here's some highlights about what is to come on the first season of Will You Shift My Friend?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm a weirdo, but I used to love, I don't know, this is problematic.
Sweet mother of God.
Oh, I used to love the taste of drink and smokes on someone. And I don't smoke.
I really fancied her. I think I was a bisexual child. I actually was really, really in love with her. I'm gay now. I don't know, I'm coming out to you guys. I don't know if you knew.
This is an exclusive.
Well, okay, this is good. This is good, just for you.
My friend Megan was like, will you give me that snapback? And I was like, yeah, but you have to shift me.
They were waiting, which was an awkward walk then, because you're walking back up and everyone's like, yeah, go on, you did it, all right. And you're just like, it was fucking horrible. I didn't like that at all. Like,
I went to training, I remember the training session, came back after that and my phone had erupted, being like, Greg breaks up with Amber over text, all this stuff. And I was like, I rang her, I was like, Amber, are you messing? Like, that didn't happen.
Now,
do you know what?
Did we tell you? Didn't we tell you?
That actually sounded like a good podcast.
Yeah. So, next week, we will be launching our very first episode. Will we say who it's with? Will we say it?
I think do it right now.
Our first episode is going to be with Love Island winner Greg O'Shea.
Oh, this is a big one.
Is going to be the very first episode of Will You Shift My Friend. I mean, we ain't messing about. We've been messing about our whole careers.
Yeah.
But it's time to stop.
Well, yeah, the joke's over now. This is serious talk. an absolute heartthrob.
Yeah.
Greg O'Shea.
Yeah.
Going to be the best looking man we've ever spoken to.
Absolutely. And you know what I will say? Some very good looking men we're going to be speaking to in the first season of Will You Shift My Friend.
You're damn right.
It's going to get hot and steamy in this studio. So, starting next week, make sure you catch episode 1. Subscribe wherever you're listening to this. We cannot wait for you to hear Will You Shift My Friend? Do whatever you got to do. I don't know, you got to rate this. Why don't you just rate it now, comment on it, do loads of things.
I like reading reviews.
Pretend this is the greatest thing you've ever heard.
Come on, let's get it trending, baby.
Even though it's only the trailer. There we go. We'll chat to you next week. And Will You Shift My Friend?
Goodbye.
Will You Shift My Friend is a GoLoud original podcast and it's available now for free on the GoLoud app and all major podcast platforms.